How's it going, everyone? NeedleMouse here, and it is once again time to talk about a game that I unironically really like. It's Shadow the Hedgehog, baby. Because if a 30-minute video wasn't long enough, I have yet another thing I want to talk about that I only briefly touched upon in that video. Now, Shadow 05 is known for a lot of things. The stupid but fun addition of guns, the laughable story, and of course, the main villain, Black Doom, who has also recently been brought into the light, with Sonic and Shadow Generation setting him up to be the main villain of Shadow's campaign. Now, I've always loved him in Shadow the Hedgehog. While not the best villain in Sonic history, I thought Shadow 5 did quite a bit of justice to this character, and made him a really cool and imposing villain, which honestly led me to liking him a lot more than I really should. The way they connect him to Shadow and his overarching lore is really cool too, and I love all the new ideas they have brought into the game with the black arms and the black comet. While not all ideas stuck, it gave us really cool story ideas that are clearly going to be explored more in Shadow Generation. But today, I want to talk about one specific boss fight that involves Black Doom. No, I don't mean this pretty okay boss fight at the end of a couple of storylines. No, I actually mean the final boss of Shadow the Hedgehog, Devil Doom. A lot of people either completely forget this boss or have literally never played it, and I'll say you are missing out quite a bit because Devil Doom was once the best final boss in Sonic history. Yes, better than Perfect Chaos, better than the Final Hazard, and even better than Perfect Dark Gaia. Today, let me explain why I think that Devil Doom was at one point the best supersonic boss fight of all time. Alright, but before we actually get to talking about why I think that is, I should probably clarify that the key word is was. Before Sonic Frontiers released, this was absolutely my favorite supersonic boss fight, but after we got those absolutely godly Titan fights and then the brand new The End final boss in Frontiers Update 3, they would become my favorite supersonic boss fights. But prior, I thought Devil Doom was the best. Okay? Are we good? You aren't gonna kill me in the comments just because I think this boss fight is really that good. Alright, perfect. Thanks. Okay, let's lock in and talk about Devil Doom, starting off with the build-up and presentation. Okay, wait, it is way too dark. I gotta turn on the lights in my room. There we go, yippee! Now, throughout Shadow the Hedgehog, whether you take the hero or dark path, it is clearly shown to us that Black Doom is our main villain in this game. And the final story is actually built up pretty well. It's not as great as the build-up of Dark Gaia and Unleashed, nor the build-up of Perfect Chaos and Adventure, but at the minimum, it's not as random as the Bio-Lizard just sort of popping up in Sonic Adventure 2. Although I really do like that boss fight a lot. But listen, people, the fact that Black Doom steals the Chaos Emeralds, Chaos controls the whole Black Comet to the Earth, starts the process of feeding off humans, and then has little aliens begin eating the main cast while they're paralyzed. That's actually insane. It just makes Black Doom so much scarier as a villain, and so much more of a true serious threat. Then of course you have the only real stage in Final Story, that being Last Wave, which builds up Black Doom even more as you have to run to the end of the stage as fast as possible as a massive timer ticks down before your friends will die. I do wish it was a little tighter. I think 10 minutes is a tad bit too long, but honestly it was fun anyway. The massive timer at the top captures the same type of feeling you get when playing Green Forest in Sonic Adventure 2. Just like in Green Forest, Last Way is trying to push you forward to make you complete the stage as fast as possible because your friends will die otherwise. Same thing in Green Forest. But anyway, when you actually get to Black Doom, you have yet another moment when Shadow shows how much he's grown throughout the game, using Maria's and Gerald's words to empower him and transform into Super Shadow as a peak version of Live and Learn plays. And then you are launched straight into the battle. I wish there was a cinematic to truly introduce Black Doom to us, sort of like how we got one with Unleashed and Dark Gaia, but this isn't too bad either. Of course, this could have been like the Metal Sonic transformation, which was 40 freaking seconds. So, you know, I think I'll take this. Devil's Doom design is actually terrifying. He's so freaking menacing and vile. And I love that. Something about his voice booming and echoing, saying some actually badass stuff like how he created Shadow and he'll be the one to take his life. It's cool as hell, I'm not gonna lie. Now, let's get into the actual gameplay of this boss. Past supersonic bosses, and honestly most future ones, would have you just charge into the enemy and attack, or wait for a thing to charge up to do damage, which has never struck well with me. It seems like a very dumb way to utilize the godlike being that is supersonic. The only game that had it different, and that was only slightly, was Sonic 06, with Shadow's Chaos Spear and Silver thingy that barely even works, if I'm gonna be honest. And even then, Supersonic himself still had the charge up and boost thing. Apart from that, the only other games that come to mind is Sonic and the Black Knight's final boss, which I thought was really cool, but honestly, it has its own set of issues that might be explored in a future video, so stay tuned. Now, Frontiers did this well, having Supersonic being able to pull off cool and flashy moves while beating the crap out of massive titans. Shadow the Hedgehog also did something very interesting. Not being anything like past Sonic games, what we have here is cool as all heck. So, first off, let's start with the fact that Super Shadow unironically controls a whole lot better than regular Shadow in the game, which I found really strange, but hey, I'll take better controls any day. Now, how the boss works is this. Doom's eye will merge with one of the two heads of Devil Doom, which will open its eye. Targeting it will do damage to the main boss. And the way you actually hit it is by using Chaos Spear, which is basically your gun in the boss fight. But unlike any other gun in this game though, you can charge it up, and the more you do, the more damage you'll do. You can either spam the hell out of Chaos Spear and get Devil Doom's health down little by little, or you could wait for greater opportunities to then charge it up and then do even more damage. This type of strategy isn't something we really see in any other Supersonic boss fights up until this point, nor will we after until Sonic Frontiers. Moreover, once you've dealt enough damage to the boss, Devil Doom will switch heads and teleport away, having you get back to him and locate the head that's currently attackable. And of course, you still have your Chaos abilities. Destroying the objects around Devil Doom and also damaging him will charge up your Hero and Dark meter, the former stopping time and the latter giving you Chaos Blast, which is even more powerful than before. And finally, the most important thing to any super fight is your ring count, which I actually found difficult maintaining my first playthrough, but when you figure out what you're actually doing, it's no problem. Speaking of which, this is the type of boss fight that you can actually master. When playing it through for the first time, you may have some issues and not really get how you defeat the boss quickly. I mean, you probably will, but it'll take 4 to 5 minutes. And when actually realizing how it works, Devil Doom becomes really fun to shred through. My personal best is about 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I had a blast discovering how to defeat him so fast. And while all of this is being thrown at you, I Am All of Me is blasting at full volume, and it fits the boss perfectly. The way Devil Doom goes down is a little disappointing, I will say. He just sort of falls back onto the planet, but considering all the past bosses, they either fall down, explode, or just sort of die, so it isn't too bad. While I do wish it was better, with Super Shadow pulling up some absolutely insane move, we unfortunately don't get that. Fingers crossed we get a Devil Doom final boss in Sonic X Shadow Generations, which gives the boss this final justice. Now, the final cutscene is amazing though. We see Super Shadow ending this mess once and for all by Chaos controlling the Black Comet, all on his own mind you, back into space, straight into the path of the Eclipse Cannon firing, which subsequently destroys it. A really great end to this game. I truly think Devil Doom is an actually amazing boss fight. While thematically and build-up wise, it may not be as good as Dark Gaia or Perfect Chaos, but this boss is truly fun. I recommend everyone to give it a shot as I loved it, and who knows, maybe y'all will too. But that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao. But seriously, I mean, he was my favorite Supersonic boss. No longer, okay? Please, I want my head to stay on my shoulders. Don't decapitate me. Man, what the fuck?